Hi Aries, thank you for tuning in. This is your monthly love reading for the month of April 2017. Okay, I do have my window open, so I apologize if there's any noise. Okay, just a heads up. So Aries, let's see what's going on in terms of love. Whoops, for this month. Okay. Okay. So your center card is renewal, review, reevaluate, time to move in a new direction. So the first three cards that popped up, the first one was the moon. Things happening behind the scenes, important insights, reflection, a time of introspection. Then right after that, I have the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Air in this deck. So you're worried about something. There's something. Your thoughts are keeping you in a state of mind, in a state of being, and I'm not quite sure you're very aware of it. And you know, the Nine of Swords is right above renewal, right? So try to look at, you know, if you're in a relationship and you have concerns, if you're single and you have concerns about finding a partner, or if you're in between and there's a lot on your mind, what to do, how to approach things, try to be mindful that you are having these thoughts and try to take a different approach. I feel like perhaps you've been looking at everything from one particular angle in terms of love. And, you know, right next to this center renewal card, I have Eight of Cups, a desire to move on, search for something meaningful, so something more. All right. So there is something, I feel like there is something you are wanting to move towards. There is something you are seeking in terms of your love life. And this is romantically, particularly. There is something that you want, but it's possible that you are looking at it all wrong. Because right after this renewal card, I have contentment, peace. You know, it says here, the successful completion of a project. So once you do this renewal, once you reevaluate your thoughts and your approach and your process, it's very possible that you will close that chapter of being this way. Because right after that, I have, you know, you move on, there's movement, there's a new opportunity, and there's upward movement in terms of how you feel. Let's say you're in a relationship and you're feeling, you want to move, you want to go more forward, you want your relationship to go to a new level. Or not necessarily a new level, you want it to be polished in a certain respect. You want to move on from this, perhaps, tension that has been coming up every now and then, or you want to move on from this particular issue, or you want to move past something that kind of was mended, but it's still lingering in the air, the elephant in the room, so to speak, right? And this has been coming up for a lot of signs. Reevaluate how you look at this. And you know what? This is my second last reading Aries. So I can say this with confidence. A lot of signs I've been getting this. Look within yourself and try to be more objective. Try to take a different approach. Try to be mindful that perhaps you've been looking at everything from one or two particular angles and you've been stuck in those. You've been stuck looking at your situation from these places, right? It's do whatever you need to do to get into your best version, to get into your best self. I feel like if you put all this to the side, your worries about being single, your worries about not finding someone, your worries about your relationship having troubles, just really release all of this. Put this to the side, okay? Pretend it doesn't exist for a day or two, a weekend. And get back into what makes you you. Get back into who you were before any of these tensions or worries or concerns came about. I feel like if you get back into that place, you'll have a fresher, newer, and a better approach to the situation. You'll see it from a different set of eyes. Because when you're in a situation for a while, when you're single for a while, when you're in a relationship for a while, it's not that you lose sight of who you are, but you're putting so much energy towards your love situation and trying to manifest what it is that you want that you may be pulling yourself a little bit farther from your own truth, right? If you're looking to point A, you might not necessarily be aware of what's happening at point B because you're so focused on point A, that's where you want to go. So I feel like if you retreat, spend a weekend doing what it is that you do that lifts your spirits, when you come back to looking at this situation, be it a dating partner, be it a marriage, be it, even a relationship with a family member. You could be having tensions with a sibling, or someone doesn't approve of your relationship or your approach, or you have pressures to get married. Whatever the case may be, when you tune back into yourself, you'll know how to approach the situation, and it will be fresher than where you have been now, consumed by these thoughts or by these desires, really like a reset button almost. And I have been getting this for a lot of signs. I feel like April's the time to really get back into your truth and remember who you really are. And not to make it personal, but I've been there myself when I've lost touch of what makes me me, and going back to that place and reconnecting with myself really helped put things into perspective, into better perspective anyway. And already taking this new approach, you'll see things from a different angle. It's already something new, it's different, right? And it will give you more insight. Because I have here, right after renewal, a happy home life, peace, tranquility, understanding. And then right after that, delays are over. There's a new opportunity, there's change, there's growth, and successful self-awareness. I'm going to draw 3 more cards. See if I can... Yeah, there seems to be a common theme among all the readings I've been doing, and it's just look into yourself. Which, I mean, any reader can say that, right? Look into yourself and you'll find the answer. But really, I feel like that's a theme in April. So for Aries, what else can we know? Sometimes I take a while to shuffle, so bear with me, guys. It needs to feel right, Okay. Traditional viewpoints or methods. The need to balance emotions. Speak your mind with confidence. Okay. So unity, right? Which is the first one that came up. I'm just going to show you right there. Unity. And what comes to my mind, unity is, right, connecting. Connecting with yourself, connecting with the universe, connecting with source, connecting with God, whatever. It doesn't matter the word you use, the label, it doesn't matter what your belief system is. Connect back to that core thing that is rejuvenating, that core thing that you know is greater than yourself. Connect to spirit. Reconnect, Aries. Okay, unify back with it. And I'm sure I don't even need to tell you, you already know that it is helpful regardless. You find greater answers, you find more peace, you can hear, not to be cheesy, but you can hear your soul clearer, right? And then right after that, I have the Knight of Water. The need to balance emotions, an invitation to a social event. So emotionally, when you do this, when you reconnect and unify with whatever your source is, whatever your core greater than yourself thing is, emotionally you will move forward, right? You will automatically renew because you'll be flushed, right? Your energies will be flushed when you reconnect, right? And new energies will be moving in. So that automatically happens. But then emotionally, you'll be in a better place because the only other cup I have here is the Eight of Cups. Search for something more, desire to move on, right? And then after this renewal, after this unity, I have the Knight of Cups. So now it's already, you're moving forward. And you're already in a better place emotionally. So whatever has been clouding your perceptions up until this point is no longer doing so. And then right after that, King of Swords, speak your mind with confidence. Again, balance emotions. So very possible that I'm not getting that there's so much an imbalance. I'm just getting that you need to reconnect, you need to renew, you need to rejuvenate, and you really need to get back into yourself. I'm not getting so much that there's an imbalance as much as there is a disconnect. And this disconnect may have been making you feel a little bit unsure or disappointed in whatever's happening in your love life. Now, this doesn't mean overall disappointment and that you absolutely hate the place that you're in. That's not what I'm getting. More so thoughts of, well, I'm doing everything right and I'm putting my energy towards this. Why is it not manifesting, not happening? You need to renew. You need to reconnect to yourself. It's almost like too much energy has been put towards achieving a particular goal or particular state of love or state of relationship that you pulled yourself a little farther than needed from connecting to your source, right? And now is the time to get back into, now is the time to move in a new direction, and it all starts within yourself. As most things do. You don't need a reader to tell you that, right? It all starts within yourself. And I feel like after this recharge, after you recharge, things will just pick up and keep going. So there'll be a moment of peace, contentment, and gratitude. And then right away, this new energy will come in and there will be movement, a new opportunity, spiritual growth. The delays are over, the blocks have been removed, you're moving forward, and everything seems to be falling into place a little more. So that seems to be all I'm getting at the moment, Aries. Again, it has been a common theme. So really just don't forget to spoil yourself and nurture yourself and your creativity and your soul. And bring the focus back into yourself, onto yourself, into yourself. Redirect that energy. And I feel like you will get much better results. And at the very least, you will feel better. Right? Reevaluate how big of a priority this love goal is. Is it a greater priority than my own well-being? Is it, and I mentioned this for another sign, I don't remember which one. Reevaluate the pattern of thinking that, well, once my relationship gets to this place, then I will feel great. Or once I find this partner who can support me and love me in these ways, then I'll have a sense of inner peace. You know, try not to assume or believe that once you reach a certain place, only then will internal states of being change or be able to flourish or be able to be born, because it's all within you already, Aries. And I feel like on some level you know this anyway. It's just why? Why can't I have this kind of partner? Why can't my relationship be like this? You know, it's be patient. I mean, all in due time, right? And it's very possible that a lot of things that we want, we are not ready for either. But I do get that there is a longing to move on from this concern, this why me, why the situation. I'm getting a little bit of that as well. Or this longing to move forward. I want to be there already. I want to move into this new place. I want to get here in my relationship, in my singlehood, in my dating situation, right? Renew, rejuvenate, reconnect. And all of these perhaps means there has been, you need to go back to something, right? Renew, reevaluate, review. So go back, take a step back into yourself. Take a step back from the situation, step out of it, step back from it, and look at it from that perspective. And, right, get connected, unity, get connected with whatever your source, your universe, your God, your spirit, your soul, whatever that is, reconnect to it. And for those of you who feel like, well, I have been meditating, I have been doing yoga, I've been maintaining my lifestyle that supports, you know, my spiritual beliefs and how I, you know, if that's the case, right, then perhaps you should take the opposite approach, right? Get back into a hobby, or take a risk, or, you know, don't be too hard on yourself with this either. There's people who keep it strict. I must meditate every single day. Well, if you don't, that's okay too. I mean, you can miss a day or two. If you don't hit the gym, you know, 5 times a week, only 3 times or 2 times, or maybe not at all, you know, cut yourself some slack. Maybe that's what you need to renew and reconnect to yourself, to be lazy, to watch movies all day, to hang out with your dog, to, you know, let your house get a little messy, and to leave the laundry for next week and not this week. So again, it's getting back into is balancing. See, there is such thing as being too spiritual and perhaps neglecting your routine life a little bit. And the opposite is true as well. You could be too focused on the routine, on getting things done, on your partner, on your dating, or on being single and being pulled a little bit away from that spiritual connection. So I hope that was helpful, Aries. I would love your feedback. I'm very interested in hearing what this is. And I hope you have a wonderful April. I will see you next month.